Good morning. My name is Leslie. I'm um, this is only my second YouTube video, and uh, it's 50 degrees in my house. I just brushed my hair and put on a sweater and put on socks and a blanket on my lap because I had a dream last night that I feel like is from the Lord, and I've thought about it for the last 40 minutes, and I've decided I'm going to post it on YouTube because I feel like there's maybe one person out there who needs to hear this. I don't know. If you watch it and don't get anything, you don't get anything, and it's fine. I just wasn't able to turn back over and go to sleep. So I dreamt that I was at some kind of a reunion. It was all girls and women. It was like an old Girl Scout weekend, because I've been a Girl Scout for a long time. So it was like an old Girl Scout weekend, or a college reunion with girlfriends. Anyway, we were all just playing and laughing, and there were people there that were quite a bit younger than me, and I knew that I had some influence or whatever. They respected me. So I went over, there was this new woman there that I had never seen before, and she was really strikingly beautiful. And I went over to one of the people and I said, "Who is that?" And she said, "Oh, it's my cousin," or something like that. It's not important. And she said, "But she's here for the weekend, and they're going to do this thing." I said, "Oh, okay, whatever." And next thing I know, we were all in this large room, and we were all sitting around in a big circle. And the woman who I thought was so beautiful said that she was a Wiccan, and they were going to do this thing that had been done at other, like a team building thing, or reunions and stuff like that, where they performed this thing that was really entertaining. And they started laying out these big, construction paper drawings, and of what people had drawn before during this weekend. You kind of got the feeling it was like a hypnosis thing, and they were, talking about people, what they experienced, and they had the people under hypnosis or whatever draw. And so I thought, I didn't really know. It wasn't an immediate, no, I'm not going to sit here, but it was definitely I don't know if I should be here. So anyway, it wasn't a long drawn out chit chat. We got together, she showed us the drawings, and then she started. And the one woman that I said was so beautiful, I didn't see her left eye. Her right eye was that really beautiful golden brown that was just, I know you've seen people like that. Their eyes that you really, truly, you look at them and you can't get over how beautiful their eyes are. And she came up and stood in front of me, and I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, but I felt like I didn't want to make a scene. I didn't want to embarrass people. I didn't want to make a scene. So, anyway, so the other not my friend, but this other woman came up and took the other woman back and put something in her mouth, and the woman immediately, like it was regurgitating. It wasn't a projectile vomit. It wasn't just a little spit up. It was this regurgitating of this thick, covered with mucus stuff. I'm not trying to gross you out. I just want to tell the dream accurately. And the woman who had fed her started making balls out of it and took around in the circle and was handing it to people or putting it in their mouth. And I said, no. By then I said, no, I'm not taking this. And she threw it down in my lap. And they were big. It wasn't a little bitty thing like a communion thing. It was a big thing. And she just threw it at me. And all of a sudden I felt within me, like rising up from within, something take a hold of me. So now I can't tell the dream. So I got up and I was going to leave, and this thing was pulling at me. And I headed toward the door. And I really, by that time, I didn't care what the other people in the circle thought of me anymore. I didn't care. And I was going to leave because I felt like it was demonic. And I started to leave. And as I went through the door, instead of it letting up on me, this hold, instead it pulled me in to this hallway. And then I decided maybe that wasn't the way out, but maybe I was being led into the darkness. So sure enough, it became totally dark. And down in the distance, I could see, I knew it was the girl with the beautiful eye, step in like to a little, like a door opening or something like that. So she stepped out of my vision. And I started walking down the dark hallway, and I said, I am not afraid. You think you have control over me, but I am not afraid. I have Jesus. I am not afraid. And I really wasn't. And I haven't had a dream where I'm in complete blackness like that before. And I kept walking, and because I was being pulled, not because I had decided that was the way out. And I stepped into another hallway, and it was bright, deep red. And I've never dreamt anything like that either. And it was shocking. The entire hallway was bright, deep red. And I said, you have no rights to me. You do not belong to me. I'm in Jesus. And now see, the dream is getting fuzzy on me. And I've been thinking about it for 40 minutes so that I would be clear, and now it's getting fuzzy. Anyway, so I stepped into this room, and I knew what was happening. I was very aware in the dream that I was being pulled by Satan. And I went into this room that was like a kind of an interview room that you picture in Law and Order, where the one side is glass and people are looking at you, but you can't see them. And the woman, I don't know if it was the woman who fed the woman or if it was the woman herself that was there in front of me. She said, I can't see anybody in the room. She was letting me know that what I saw, kind of like Harry Potter, that you're looking in and what you see is your reality. And she said, I can't see who this is. And my daughter stepped in, and she was a little girl, and she just comforted me. She comforted me. And anyway, I knew that I was going to be okay. She comforted me. And then all of a sudden we were back in the room, and there had been one of my friends. So I was back in the room, and they were all talking about everything. And I pointed at the woman with the eye, because and that one that was her cousin or whatever. And I pointed at her and I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And you got to understand that I'm just not, it's not that I'm really shy, but I wouldn't take that step out. And I know that some of you will understand this, but throughout my life, I've always wondered if like in World War II, if I would be the one that would have the courage to house hidden people, or if I would be one that would automatically go with my friends and do what is being done. And this was so clear that no, I am separating myself and I'm taking a stand. I'm separating myself, and I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And one of my friends, who's a friend from college, was there, and she said something to the effect of, I'm not with them either. And then another friend of mine, also from college, that was in this big group, she also said, I'm not accepting this either. Now, I don't really know what that means. Anyway, so then I was starting to leave. I knew that, and I think I said, I know that this is real. I know you don't have to, tell me that this didn't happen. I know it happened. And I was thinking either I was poisoned or, that they had done something to put me in this demonic situation or whatever. So I went to get up, and my friends were there with me. And I knew that what had happened was important to share with other people. And they brought out they brought out papers and said, this is what you drew, Leslie. Well, if any of you know me, I don't draw. I don't draw well at all. And I mean, not even, I'm this circle head and that kind of thing. And I knew I had drawn it. And there was this beautifully drawn doorway with charcoal on it. And it had shading and everything that was done quite beautifully. And the question, of course, is, would I step through or not? So I woke up and I thought about the dream at length, and I called my best friend and I said, I want to talk to you about this because I haven't had a dream like this ever. And so I wasn't able to go back to sleep, and I really felt like I could share this with some of you. There's probably somebody that this is speaking to, and I don't, if nobody gets anything out of it, it's fine. It's just, I feel like I'm supposed to share this, and God bless you, and I'm going to go back to sleep now. Thank you. Bye.